Welcome to the Report Connection. My name is Tommy. If you didn't know, well, thanks for watching me, bro and broettes. Since you didn't know, and you couldn't call me, well, happy birthday to former AAA star El Intocable, turned 38. One-time CCW Junior Heavyweight Champion Jun Kasai turned 40. And that was on September 9th, September 10th. Happy birthday to current NXT President Steve Skinner Kern. Yes, he was the former Skinner character in WWF. Three-time World Tag Team Champion Trevor Murdoch turned 34. Two-time TNA Tag Team Champion Matt Morgan turned 38. WWE Hall of Famers Don Morocco turned 60, would have been 65. And Billy Graham 71. Indie regular Drake Younger turned 30. And female indie star Rain turned 33. Former WCW star Scotty Riggs, who wrote on this on Twitter on Monday night that the former WWE and WCW star Shawn O'Haire passed away on Monday, as he wrote, and many reporters are stating that it was Tuesday he died. So what you gonna believe? A report from Scotty Riggs on Monday, or reporters, because on Twitter time and whatever for his Twitter, and he stated, just got a message from that former wrestler Shawn O'Haire has passed away. Hashtag RIP Shawn O'Haire. And just last night, recently, a report stated that he died because he hung himself in his bed. Don't know how that was to go over either. An obituary for O'Haire can be found for any type of proof or any updates. He died at his home in Spartanburg, South Carolina on Monday. He was 43 years old. A celebration of life visitation will be held from 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday, September 13th at his home at 510 Hampton Drive, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29306. The cause of the death was not listed on the website, though it does state that he died in his home in South Carolina. That's the only true news. And thanks to ProWrestling.net reader Victor Rodriguez. There have also been several wrestlers tweeting about O'Haire's death. I was hopeful that it was a widespread hoax, but it appears to be a legitimate based on the obituary. O'Haire had a one-year run with WCW that started in 2000. He worked for WWE from 2001 through to April of 2004. He also wrestled in New Japan and competed in MMA and kickboxing as well. And other news, John Cena has a workout partner. As you can see who it is in the video, and I will post at the end of the video. Regarding Brock Lesnar's deal with WWE, they're able to book him as WWE World Heavyweight Champion for Raw and pay-per-view events based on when they feel they want him on TV. In the past, Lesnar's dates and angles have been planned out months in advance. There is an agreement in place where WWE can increase Lesnar's dates on a prorate basis. Noting before that former NFL player Shawn Merriman is no longer affiliated with WWE. He actually never signed a WWE contract, and the story from within WWE now is that he was just making guest appearances for them around WrestleMania 30 time, and the time that it was reported that WWE wanted Merriman to be an announcer, and he was going to be doing some in-ring training. There is not a dark match main event advertised for SmackDown taping, but apparently there was, and we'll see, we'll find out at the end, towards the end of the video, after I do two reports. We'll have it. WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Steamboat will appear at the Wizard World Comic Con event in Richmond, Virginia, at Greater Richmond Convention Center on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Batista will appear at the Wizard World Comic Con event in Richmond, Virginia, at the Greater Richmond Convention Center on Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. More info on the Steamboat and Batista appearances, visit wizardworld.com. WWE wrestler The Miz will appear at the Books A Million in Monroe, Louisiana on Sunday at 1 p.m. For those who are interested in The Miz, we'll be signing copies of 30 Years of WrestleMania for the first 400 fans who purchase the book at the store. Well, unless he sends his stunt double to Damien Sandow to sign in his place. Former WWE Diva and TNA Knockout Lisa Marie Varon aka Victoria or Tara, will appear at the Central Canadian Comic-Con from October 31st through November 2nd. She is listed as a guest of the Canadian Wrestling's Elite promotion. For more details on her appearance, go to at the Winnipeg event, visit cwecanada.ca. Chad Gaspard and JTG of Crime Time played in a celebrity football game hosted by Snoop Dogg over the weekend. The event raised money for cancer awareness. Some of the other names that participated were Shawn Merriman and Chuck Liddell. Jerry Springer tweeted the following after appearing on Raw from Monday night. My final thoughts for Bella Twins: take care of yourselves and each other. I need to take care of my leg now. Hashtag Raw, hashtag WWE. WWE has confirmed that the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar will be appearing on next Monday's Go Home Raw from the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana. Triple H has tweeted the following about NXT Champion Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, and Tyson Kidd for working at Raw. Quote, like what you saw on Raw, hashtag Raw, just a taste of what you'll see Thursday at hashtag NXT TakeOver on at WWE Network. Hashtag future is now. Unquote. Rusev and Mark Henry will compete in an international arm wrestling contest on Friday's SmackDown taping. John Cena and Cesaro were working this afternoon at a gym in Baltimore before Raw and tweeted the following photos. Well, it's all a conglomeration we'll post at the end of this video. Well, and they taped the WWE will be taping their 2014 Tribute to the Truth special on December the 10th. Indie stars Rich Swann and Jeff Cobb were among those who worked WWE tryouts at the Performance Center this past weekend. And there will be a special TakeOver 2 preview episode of WWE NXT this Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the WWE Network. There will also be a 30-minute live TakeOver kickoff pre-show before the event begins. The synopsis for the preview episode reads like this. Quote, Renee Young hosts this special preview of NXT TakeOver, Fatal 4-Way with exclusive interviews, unquote. Chris Jericho noted that the cast of Total Divas will be his talk as Jericho guest this coming Friday. Dark match before tonight's main event tapings in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania saw Sami Zayn defeat Tyson Kidd. Another dark match in between main event and SmackDown tapings saw NXT champion Adrian Neville defeat Tyler Breeze with the Red Arrow. The NXT Tag Team Champions, The Ascension, made their main roster TV debuts on the episode of Main Event. They defeated the Los Matadors in the main event of the show. And main event kicks off with Michael Cole and Byron Saxton. They announced Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho for Night of Champions. Seth Rollins comes to the ring and does Where Are They Now segment on the Shield. Rollins says Dean Ambrose deserved to be put down. Rollins also knocks Roman Reigns. He puts himself over and says he's the future of the company and the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter interrupted him. Zeb cuts a promo on Rollins and calls him a sellout. Rollins will face Swagger next. So we get Seth Rollins versus Jack Swagger. Swagger took control early on and sent Rollins to the floor as they cut to a commercial. Back from the break, and Swagger is in control on the outside. They come back in and Rollins turns around. The end comes when Rollins nails the curb stomp on Swagger for the win. Heath Slater and Titus O'Neil were backstage and they've got a plan to catch the bunny, but Slater isn't so sure about it. Then they hype for Brock Lesnar and John Cena for next week's Raw. Cesaro and Shawn walking backstage as we go to commercial. Next match, Cesaro versus Zack Ryder. Well, I wonder if Zack's going to be jobbing again. Well, here it comes. Back from the break, and Zack Ryder waits in the ring as Cesaro makes his way out. Cesaro hurt Ryder's knee early on and kept working on it, and Cesaro ends up getting the win. After the match, Cesaro cut a promo on how he will win the United States title from Sheamus at Night of Champions. More commercials and a look back at Jerry Springer from Raw. Slater and Titus O'Neil try to catch the money backstage to butt trap Slater under the net instead. Wonder if it's a butterfly net. They've been doing that on TV quite a while. Everything, trying to catch everything with a butterfly net. Well, you get Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. Titus starts off and goes at it with Rose. Titus with some power moves and a huge boot to the face. The bunny comes down and distracts Titus from the apron. Slater crawls under the ring and confronts the bunny on the apron. The bunny hits an enziguri on Slater, allowing Rose to roll up Titus for the win. After the match, Rose celebrated with the Rosebuds and Slater and Titus looked on. And your main event saw Los Matadors versus the Ascension, back from the break, and Los Matadors already in the ring. And the NXT Tag Team Champions Ascension were out next. Ascension dominated the match and got the win with the Fall of Man. Main event went off the air with the Ascension posing in the ring with their titles as the Announcers Plug Takeover 2. And report number 1 for SmackDown, thanks to Reginald Orton, 87, for the following from Twitter. At SmackDown's, for the SmackDown spoilers from tonight's taping in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Usos, Mark Henry, and Big Show defeated Eric Rowe and Luke Harper, Stardust, and Goldust to kick off SmackDown. Bo Dallas defeated Jess and Gabriel. Jack Swagger was at ringside taunting Bo. Bo looked great and got the win with the Bulldog. The Bulldog. Tornado Bulldog. Paige defeated Summer Rae in a non-title match. Layla was at ringside. Paige used AJ Lee's Black Widow for the win. AJ was on commentary during the match. Mark Henry defeated Rusev in the International Arm Wrestling Competition. Rusev called for a rematch and then Henry lost when Lana threw powder in his face. Dolph Ziggler and R-Truth versus The Miz and Damien Sandow was up next. Ziggler and Truth got the win after a fun tag match. And the main event of SmackDown saw Chris Jericho and Roman Reigns defeat Randy Orton and Seth Rollins in another fun tag team match. Jericho blocked the DDT and rolled up Orton for the win. Jericho and Reigns then celebrated to end SmackDown. Match report number 2 for SmackDown. Spoilers. Usos, Mark Henry, and Big Show defeated Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Goldust, and Stardust in an 8-man tag team match to open up this week's SmackDown. Bo Dallas defeated Justin Gabriel in a singles competition. Jack Swagger was at ringside during the match, taunting Bo Dallas as he competed against Gabriel. In the end, Bo picked up the 1-2-3 after hitting Gabriel with the Bulldog finisher. Paige then defeated Summer Rae in a non-title Divas match. Layla was at ringside during the bout, as well as AJ was on commentary. Paige picked up the win by using AJ's Black Widow submission hold to force Summer to tap out. Mark Henry defeated Rusev in the International Arm Wrestling Competition that was advertised on Monday's season premiere of Raw. As Rusev called for an immediate rematch, which he won when Lana threw powder in Henry's eyes. Dolph Ziggler and R-Truth defeated The Miz and Damien Mizdow in the tag team action. They gave this match a decent chunk of time, and well, when it was all said and done, this was said to be a pretty fun little tag team contest. And your main event, Roman Reigns and Chris Jericho defeated Seth Rollins and Randy Orton in another solid tag team contest. Jericho reversed an Orton draping DDT attempt into a roll-up for the 1-2-3. And ended with Jericho and Reigns celebrating their victory. And there was no dark match main event. Results posted anywhere on the internet. Well, thanks for viewing. Peace out. God bless. See what am I being? Because I like being myself. Tommy, the Cur Dog. Thanks again. Peace out. God bless. And if you didn't know, you better call me, bro.